Hello and welcome to Ergy Music Live, broadcasting to you from a shed somewhere in Scotland. My name's Adam Sutherland. I am a Scottish fiddle player, composer, tune writer, and I'm utterly obsessed with the world of melody. I am fascinated by Scotland's rich history of melody writing, and I'm on my own wee journey into this infinite world of tunes. And this little YouTube channel is my little corner of the internet where I wish to share with you the things that I've learned so far, in the hope that it might maybe unlock something in someone else's brain and help them either start their tune writing journey or just continue. Worst case scenario, it puts you off permanently and you never want to think about writing music again. Let's hope it's not that. And this evening is the first time I've moved to a Thursday. It's been Sundays so far, and currently at this moment in time it's Thursday 25th of September. And welcome to my guests already. Come say hi in the chat. Hey Gavin. And he's already made a very well known crack about the topic of this video, which is the town of Cumbernauld. And also let me know if the sound quality is okay. Is it distorting or not? I'm going to turn down my microphone a little bit there, just in case that is indeed the case. Okay, I can't go any further into this topic on this video without mentioning the incredible artist, and I'm very happy to say a good friend of mine, Scottish artist, photographer, musician, philosopher, video maker, photographer, painter, composer, drummer, programmer, crack merchant, and I mean that C-R-A-I-C as in good crack, Mr. Somhairle MacDonald. Somhairle MacDonald is all of the things I just mentioned, but let's just go straight to his website actually, and I'll just gonna read a little bit about. I'll just show you. First of all, it's what is the address? It's Somhairle, I think, .co.uk. Let's just check this out. Okay, here we go. Can you see that? Okay, so you should be seeing. This is a little bit from his website. He's doing a photo essay, and it's probably way too small for you to read. But as you can see, there's some writing and some images of the town in Scotland known as Cumbernauld. I mean, look at this place. So he's doing a photo essay. A photo essay is a new term to me. And as you can see, this town is maybe not the bonniest in the classic bonny way. If you're not from Scotland, bonny means beautiful. But you can see Somhairle's eye for a unique look on the world. Look at these photos. They're not the kind of, inverted commas, normal photos. Look at this car just stuck out at the end there. This incredible grey and brutal looking buildings. I'm just showing you this to give you a sense of the artist and the town. Somhairle MacDonald and the town of Cumbernauld. Look at that. That is freakish. And that actually, the fact that he decided to take a photo of that tells you a lot about his character. He has an eye for, I suppose, absurdity, which I would say that yeah, I mean, just look at that. And he just really gets caught up in details and things about the world that perhaps the rest of us might just skip on by. There's a church viewed through what looks like a prison cell. I'm sure it's not. Oh, yeah, I can see why he took a photo of that. So look at this. Oh my goodness me, that looks like Chernobyl or something. But no, it's just outside Scotland's largest city. In fact, I'm going to read you some of the text here. Beneath this photo here, pedestrians' toes scuffing a pattern in the mould on the Tummelway footbridge. A burst blue balloon lies abandoned. I mean, that's just poetry, right? I'm such a fan of this guy's work. Oh, here we go. Another view of the inland revenue mid-demolition. Opened in 1978. The construction on the office began in 1973. It provided jobs for thousands of local residents for over nearly 50 years. And look at it now. Wow. HM Revenue and Customs. That looks like my tax return. Oh my goodness me. Taken in January 2024 during the demolition of the Inland Revenue building. Oh, so this building is clearly gone now. Some enterprising locals used a nearby ornamental boulder to pan in the window of the guard hut. It had been completely stripped of its wiring. The closure in 2022 resulted in the loss of the town's largest single-site employer and had a significant economic impact on local businesses. Okay, so it's not all just quirky. That's actually making me feel quite sad reading that. So there's lots on this website. Go and check out sorley.co.uk. I will just read to you the statement of intent for this photo essay. I've been making trips to Cumbernauld town centre for about 2 years now, before I'd passed through getting fuel, but never taken the time to explore this labyrinth, and what a place it is to explore. I suppose this blog entry is a statement of commitment to document this insane structure before it's scheduled for demolition around 2030. My aim is to take around 40 medium format photographs and make one piece of music based around the unique audio ambience of this brutalist mega structure. For all its faults and shortcomings, this building represents some really big ideas. It embodies the charisma of those that were involved in its creation and serves as a very clear warning about the dangers of pervasive bureaucracy, bean counting, and the enervated nature of government systems. Although Cumbernauld Town Centre is universally derided as a piece of civil infrastructure, it once embodied an intoxicating mindset that I find so inspirational and laudable, especially in today's climate where not even road signs get repaired. Although Geoffrey Copcut's design was never fully realised, I still find it amazing that something of this ambition was even attempted in the meek underdog culture in which I grew up. Despite all its molestations, its bombast and idealism still shines through. There is nowhere like it on earth. It is 100% its own thing. So yes, a statement of intent. I will add to this and hopefully manage to create a compelling and lasting record on celluloid, which pays homage to this grand scheme. Wow, and there is a lot to that, isn't there? My goodness me. So there you go. That's just fascinating, right? And you may be able to tell that I haven't read that before right now, so I guess this is partly my vibe as a kind of human and musician. I very much like to do things on the hoof, partly because it's just how my brain works, but partly because, I don't know, I like to be real and I don't like to be over rehearsed. I like to just be like, I'll speak to you on the internet in the same way I'd speak to you in the pub. So yeah, fascinating, right? Sorley says, I'm going to quote you what he was saying here, that if I can just find where it was in the place. Yeah. 40 medium format photographs and make one piece of music based around the unique audio ambience of this brutalist megastructure. Now, why he's saying that he's writing the music, and the reason that I'm sitting here claiming to be writing music for this is because I sent Sorley a little recording of me mucking around with, I guess you could call it a new toy, or you could call it a bold new direction for me as a musician. I'm a fiddle player, in case you don't know, mainly, but I recently bought a Roland S1 synthesizer, which you can actually maybe just see here, and I was mucking around with that instead of doing dishes first thing in the morning the other day, and I made a wee video, and my patrons have seen it, and I sent it to Sorley just because I kind of thought he might dig it. I'm going to just read out what he sent back to me, so forgive me for looking at my phone here. Yeah, I just sent him that. And he says, strangely kind of ties in with my audio ideas for Cumbernauld. Synergy. And then a wee crystal ball emoticon, which I didn't know was a thing. Every day's a school day. So, yeah. And then he says, I'm going to go record Cumbernauld Town Centre looking for liminal sequences to build on top of whatever ambience I find. This is totally the vibe. Now, you don't know what the vibe is because you haven't heard me try and play this thing. Disclaimer, I can't play it. I'm learning. But this is partly another thing that I love about Sorley's kind of artistic brain, is that he wasn't listening to that going, he can't play that. he was seeing he wasn't seeing it that way. So, like, I guess I should yeah, I'm not going to go too nerdy on this, but it's just something I just bought it. I went down a rabbit hole of fascination about I guess playing chords. I'm a frustrated chord player, and I'd been in Austria teaching the wonderful camp in Lockenhaus, run by a great team. I was invited there by a gentleman called Paul Dangle from Österreich, Austria, and I was having a lot of fun playing the fiddle, playing chords, along with singers such as Josie Duncan, who was also out there, a fantastic Scottish musician, and loads of other musicians, and I just love playing chords. So I came home and I was like, what can I do? And I thought I'd love to have a wee chord thing I could just take to sessions. And then, so yeah, millions of trolling around the internet, and I came up with this thing and bought it. So I'm going to make some noise on it. And again, just please forgive what you're going to hear. So it's like a tiny little keyboard, right? I mean, it really is. It's a little bit of keyboard, but you can change various parameters. And just remember that this is going to be trying to depict Cumbernauld Town Centre, I think. There's like so many different noises you can make with this thing. Right, I'm not going to just go too far down that rabbit hole. I want to decide how best to approach writing this music. Sorley's actually given me quite good instructions actually in the text message. He was saying, I'll cut you up whatever I come up with, this is his words, and await a file of transgressive liminal genius. To which I replied, I'd say be waiting a while for that particular brief, but I'll do my best. Then he says, no thought, only action. So, just in case you're watching this and thinking, I want to learn how to write tunes, this does tie in, but also, I guess I'm a tangential person. I was listening to a fantastic interview yesterday driving to a castle in Fife to play for some lovely American folk. And on the way there, I was listening to the interview with Hans Zimmer, being interviewed by a guy called Rick Beato on YouTube. And it was just like really interesting to hear how Hans went from having nothing at the start of a film project to having something. And I think what he had done at least one time was to kind of do the opposite. I think it was the Pirates of the Caribbean. The main character played by Johnny Depp was basically modeled on Keith Richards, so he's like a rock star. And then what Hans says after that was quite interesting. He says, so of course there was not going to be any electric guitars. To me, that's not an of course thing. I think almost most people would have been, well, okay, so it's modeled on a rock star, yeah, let's put in some electric guitars. Whereas Hans immediately went, well, we're not doing that because, which is so fascinating, that style of thinking. I'm a big fan in trying to learn how other people think, and to me that was just a little window, a tiny window into the vast mind of Hans Zimmer. It's based on a rock star, so of course we don't have electric guitars. So then that made me think, and I had to hit pause because I was like, right, I'm doing some music on Cumbernauld Town Centre, and I guess I was thinking I might do some really noisy synthesizer noise, just, you know, maybe not even a tune. But then I thought, but what if I was to take the Hans Zimmer style of thinking and apply it to this? So what would it be that you would think you would do? You're looking at brutalist architecture. You're looking at, you know, really like this kind of thing, right? So you might think musically, well, what would be the opposite of this? I mean, it's easy to imagine looking at that and get, you know, think kind of just horrible noises, or I don't know, just even just like really sinister stuff, like you know, just like brutalist. But I was thinking, right, what would be the counterintuitive thing to do? Well, I guess it would be, I don't know, it's a Scottish town. So here's what I came up with. Maybe you write something that's actually like almost a little bit twee, like a little bit like Scottish heather, and, you know, old 1950s white heather club, but just something that's more like the classic romantic idea of Scotland instead of just like noise. But maybe you do it with a synthesizer and you have some messed up sounds. And I guess I'm totally obsessed by Hans Zimmer right now, because another thing that he does is he spends a long time before he writes anything just getting the sounds right. So I think I might do that. I might just make some sounds and maybe get something that sounds almost a bit twee and melodic and write that on a synthesizer, and then mess with it and make it a bit industrial, but have an element of something that's recognisably Scottish in there. And I was also thinking about, like, I'm just going to get my phone open so I can see the comments. Maybe have a bit of hope, which is again why I was interested to read what Sorley wrote here, because let me see if I can find it again. He speaks about the actual history of the town, and it's not just architecture, it's people, it's a story of people. It's obviously got a lot of sadness, and it's unfinished. It's like, what did they say? It's almost unfinished. It didn't quite get realized. It was someone's vision. You know, that's just like, so I'm going to try and combine this sense of actual hope and high, lofty ambition. Maybe I'll make something that's hopeful, sounds Scottish, and has some synthesizer. I think that I'm starting to peg it down. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Also, hello people in the comments. Let me just see. Hello Gavin. Hey Eric. Hey Michael Bishop. Eric says I went there with a girlfriend to see her uncle Trevor. He had a traction engine. That sounds like it could be the lyrics for a song. Okay, and Eric Davison also says it's so static. Philip Glass says Michael Bishop. And Gavin's saying when it was built, I imagine the vibe was futuristic and optimistic rather than bleak and post-industrial. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like there was some optimism here. So I feel like the music has to be optimistic. But then obviously reading about it there towards the end, it's got some bleak times ahead of it. I don't know if I have to actually try and paint the bleak colours. I don't know if it has to be completely descriptive. Maybe I could just write something that's hopeful. I guess what I'm feeling now is hopeful with a tinge of sadness. I love contrasting music, so maybe I'm thinking find something that's got both of those things. I guess that's what Cumbernauld has got. It's got hope and a bit of sadness. I also feel slightly like I'm not from there. Don't know anything about it. I'm very much an outsider looking in. It would have so much more gravitas if I actually grew up there. So I feel a little bit like of imposter syndrome there. However, maybe I can do it some justice. Michael's saying repetitive structures. My favourite thing about that, Michael, is, and thank you for that comment, is structure. This town is full of structures. Maybe I could even look to some of the structures for inspiration. Let's see now. I mean, like this guy. Wow. God, there is something there, isn't there? There's just let's get a different sound up, shall we? I wonder if I don't want to make too much noise in this thing because I'm just so not good at it. I don't think it's really going to be something that folk want to listen to particularly. Okay, so just see what I mean? How like a different sound can really just I like the space there. Like what about I'll try and put the arpeggio on. Anyway. I got a bit carried away there. Yeah, I'm gonna write something melodic that sounds like a Scottish thing, and then the machine had other ideas, which I think is an interesting thing from a tune writing point of view. Getting you out of yourself, getting you out of your usual patterns, get into a machine that has its own ideas, and go with it. Eric says, picture a score that mimics the image, flat roofs and the angles, repetitive structures. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna see what happens. So that's it. That's my thing. That's a wee introduction. If you weren't already aware of, that's literally a tiny slither of the work that Somhairle MacDonald has done. Go to somhairle.co.uk, which is spelt Somhairle, and I believe I'll try and pronounce it the way the Gaels pronounce it, Somhairle, which I think, you know, it's anglicised to Sorley, but it's like more like a Somhairle, almost like 3 syllables. Go and check out Sorley's work if you're not familiar. He's just he's out there on his own, quite literally a lot of the time, going to far off corner of Glenafric or lost shopping centres of central Scotland. So yeah, something a little bit different this week for my Ergy Music Live live stream, and we are now back on Thursdays. So we are now on Thursday nights. Thank you, Gavin Maxwell. Thank you, Eric Davison. Thank you, Michael Bishop. Appreciate you guys joining me here. And apparently there's one other person here not coming. Thank you also for joining. And yeah, I just appreciate all your support here. If you are watching as a new person, hello. And I suppose I should always say the obligatory, please like and subscribe. And yeah, if you come and see me on Patreon, you get loads more of stuff from my own little musical journey through this life. And yeah, come and say hi there. Just come and say hi. One more comment before we go. Eric says 3/4 timing gets the bonds nodding. Hey, yeah, the arpeggiator, depending on how many notes you're holding down, it will have different patterns. Like 2 notes. Oops. Where's the notes gone? Three notes. Groups of 3. Groups and 4 notes. And then 5. One, two, 1, 2, 3. So you can get 6 fingers down, you get a jig. 7 fingers down, you get 7/8. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Eight fingers. Nine fingers. I'm tempted just to sit here and muck about with this thing for 5 minutes. I'm gonna just do it. So I'll say goodbye, and then I'm gonna just go into this. I'm gonna get a different pattern. Let's see now. I might even just do a bit of this. Let's see now. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Right. I imagine the folk revival was about to begin when these were built, so the Hogmanay parties would have been an acoustic affair. Okay. Right. I've got some different I've got some patterns here I've been writing. Ah! What a pro. Immediately it sounds like the 80s, doesn't it? Right, take it off arpeggio. So tempting just to play the trance hit interval, which is an octave and a third. Not do that. I'm going to put a portamento. Just a slide. That's sounding quite Strathspeish. I think I like that. Right, let's write something. Too low. Right, I'm gonna stop there. Whew. I think I've got a two-part tune there. It feels very deep-rooted in the Scottish tradition. Thanks, Gavin. I think that's a starting point. Whether it's original or not, I do not know. Bumpy. That's the first part. And then the second part's just like the left hand, the bass line is just in 4/4. And the second part, the right hand is like just in like 3s. So it's 3/4. I guess I kind of instinctively wanted to go back to the first part again. I might get a tune to go over the top of that, totally different sound, like I don't know, maybe even a fiddle. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid a fiddle. You know, like something. I can't believe I'm just sitting here mucking around with my toys live on YouTube. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Honestly, it really means so much. Gavin, Eric, Michael, unknown fourth person, thank you. I'm just new to the world of synthesizers. As I was writing that, I was thinking, this isn't who you are. You write tunes, you write jigs and rails. But then the rest of me was like, oh no, I'm loving this. This is fun. I honestly don't know if I've had so much fun creating music for a while. This just feels like kind of like not just finding a new coat that you like to wear in a shop, but like been given a massive intergalactic wardrobe, and there's just infinite coats in there, and they're all so sparkly and shiny and cosmic. I like this. This is a lot of fun. Alright guys, thank you all. So, from me, Adam Sutherland, here, broadcasting to you from a shed somewhere in Scotland, Erigi Music Live, most Thursdays. Once again, thank you all to my Patreons and my special guest here tonight, Gavin, Eric, Michael. I think that's fireworks. It's a particularly Raj bit of a Raj city that I live in, though, so you never know. Okay, I'm gonna go inside and it's fireworks. Oh, maybe it's Diwali or something. Anyway, right, stop talking. I'm just blabbing. Thank you all. I'm gonna end the broadcast. It's been a weird one. Thank you for sticking around. All right, bye.